the model style is classic.
Yeah, it's Dutch barge style, so it's roughly along the lines of a Lux motor. So the Lux motors had the aft cabin accommodation for the crew.
So you were chosen for this style, but it was built new.
Yeah, it was built new because I was too old. I didn't want to take the time of having to fix anything that's wrong in an old boat.
Same to me. I'm also interested to do something like this. Right?
The trouble is, even new things break quite quickly. So lots of things are broken on this.
So that takes time enough that you have to prepare something, but to restore a whole ship is a lot of
Yeah,
work.
to restore them, yeah. I mean, it's difficult because I just love the old classic kit.
Yeah.
And I'd love to take my
classic style. Also a relative of mine ordered shipyard. This one?
Yeah.
To make I think it's from 1940 model.
Yeah.
They have the drawings. They made a ship there.
Yeah.
I guess now they years ago. And they are also just go around Europe now.
Yeah. I know, it's a lovely lifestyle. I mean, I never imagined that I'd enjoy it so much.
Past when I was very young, I've been sailing a lot in large waters, and I don't have to forget the freedom. That's what I say to my wife. Today, you here for a few days, and maybe tomorrow you choose to go to Friesland or whatever.
Yeah, so we're based up in Rotterdam. Rotterdam? Yeah, so we're based up in the city. Just outside the city.
Okay.
So we're based up there. But
That's your official residence for registration.
we have to have a temporary address somewhere in the city.
Okay.
But I mean, this is our home. But, yeah, we travel all over.
From this situation, you can go all in all places in Europe.
Yeah, so we spent the last 2 years in France.
Okay.
And then got back to the Netherlands at the end of last year. When we've been over to Germany, we spent our first 2 years in Belgium. So, yeah, I mean, wherever you want to go. If you want to go to the Black Sea, you can go to the Black Sea.
I've also been there.
Yeah.
My wife is born in Sevastopol.
Okay. Yeah. So, wherever there's water, you can get to it. I mean, we have friends who have just completed their own really nice boat. And next year they take it down to the UK, then they come over here and they're headed down to go down through the Mediterranean. And it's a similar style to this, but they have a lot more sophistication than we have.
Something more high tech.
Yeah, so they can deal with much rougher weather conditions.
But I guess it's enough for you to have this freedom.
Yeah, I mean, the skills are doing well. For what we paid for, we were up and running straight away and enjoying life. But you can get a hull built on an old style.
Yeah.
So even from a jig or an old bowl.
Yeah.
So you can get a new one built as to exactly the same specification.
Okay.
But in places like SRF, which is a really big shipyard, they will build you whatever you want. If you want to get a marine architect to design something for you, but obviously it gets more and more expensive. Or you take an old boat, you can go along, you go cut it in half, make it shorter.
But my relatives that they model was over 90 meters, but they just under 20 meters.
Yeah, well that's the point. If you go under 20 metres, one, you don't have to do all the extra bureaucracy, you know, certification, so you don't have to have all the extra bits and pieces. But also, you know, size is everything. We can't get into most marinas because we're 19, so we're over the 15-metre maximum. So we rely on.
It's under 20.
Yeah, it's under 20, yeah, it's only 19.
Okay.
I should have gone a bit longer, but that's just with my first boat.
Yeah.
This looked huge, absolutely huge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but now, yeah, it'll be easy to go bigger. But not over 20.
well, no.
There's only two of us, so you don't need that much space.
I guess it's more than
Yeah, really.
how deep is it?
It's only a metre deep.
Meter under
Yeah.
the waterline.
Yeah. So most waterways aren't a problem. We're a bit higher than we'd like to be, but a couple of weeks ago we went through the centre of Utrecht.
Yeah.
You know Utrecht?
Oh,
so
yeah,
so
for
the
the
canal
bridges.
that goes through the middle and it has lots of arched bridges.
Yeah.
And the weird house is on hydraulics, so we can lower it down. So we took the whole thing down
Okay.
and then went through the central town. And that was entertaining. Yeah, so you pop out the windows and then the rest is just on hydraulic poles. It just drops down.
So it's like high-tech.
Yeah. Quite good. I mean, we don't do it very often. We didn't last year go through a cruising tunnel on the Canal de Bourgogne, which is a really long tunnel with no margin for error. We got through that.
Wonderful lifestyle.
Yeah, it is. So I highly recommend it. If that's what you're thinking of. Yeah. Do your research. Always do your research.
We will, because we live here in Amsterdam now.
Yeah.
And we want to move anyhow.
Yeah.
So we choose for a house near France to Friesland,
Yeah.
where it's more freedom.
Yeah.
But we choose something like this.
Yeah.
Or a combination.
The combination, that's right. You know, the idea is to get something where you can bring the boat back and moor it outside.
Freedom.
Yeah.
It's part of the country.
Yeah.
On the water, you have more freedom.
Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody, but for us, you know, I don't want to be in big cities. I don't want to have too many people around. As long as I can access medical services and stuff, so we get to a doctor or a dentist when we want to.
We live in two houses under one roof.
Yeah.
One side the neighbors they're okay, and they say it's your garden, it's whatever you want. The other side, and that's to one tree. And then
Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, you move. So we pulled up here, and my wife said, "Oh, I don't like it with the road just here, but we have dogs." And then she found out about that, which is I looked it up on the map, and I thought she'll like that. So yeah, she's off walking the dogs whilst I do all the work here. But yeah, if you don't like it, you move on. Down there, I thought it was going to be a bit noisy because of all the celebrations. But yeah, we're headed off round through Leiden and Den Haag and Delft.
it's also beautiful.
Yeah. So we're picking up my daughter in Den Haag, and then we go around to Delft and then through
The daughter is
in the UK. short story, but I retired in 2008. I then realised I didn't know what I was going to do. I was bored, and so I went back to work until I thought, well, I'd like to travel, and we've got dogs. My wife loves her dogs and wants to have them all the time. So I thought, I can't do much travelling via planes and things. And for some reason we thought of the boat. And that allows us to travel and explore and meet interesting people and find exciting places to go to. But we're still in our home, travelling around. Everything's here. So settle on that. Sort of decided this is what we were going to do. Thought 10 months to get the boat built, and we were away. It was just unfortunate that Brexit came in at the same time. So Brexit came in and it got really difficult, but off the back of the Brexit agreement, we managed to get residency in the Netherlands. So that made it very easy.
Right. I think once on the water, you are less dependent on the politics.
Yeah. I know very little about what goes on for the politics in the Netherlands. It's just, the only one I take an interest in is America, because that was just absolutely atrocious. I can't believe people are like that. The Dutch are all very pleasant, all very polite and sympathetic, very seldom get in any trouble. But loads of other countries we go to, it's just so difficult.
Welcome to the Netherlands.
Thank you very much, Enjoying it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.